Episode 144. If this were anyone else, you could just laugh it off as a joke. Maybe he's just flaunting his shamelessness, but Steamed Bun Invasion seemed to genuinely believe it, leaving everyone completely speechless.
喝不好哈. It seems like a lot of people in this guild have names based on Chinese herbs.
As Tang Ru spoke, she noted that the Herb Hall Guild was indeed drawing attention for this very distinctive feature.
That's right. Their club's characters are all named after traditional Chinese medicines. So the core members and key figures in their guild mostly have characters with those kinds of names too.
Ye Xiu then turned to Tiang Qi.
Ah, right, Tiang Qi. Are you from Herb Garden?
I'm not. Tiang Qi was frustrated. He ran into this misunderstanding all the time.
Sai, I originally meant to call myself Tiangju. Don't know how, but my hand slipped and I ended up as Tiangqi. Took me ages to realize it.
The group kept chatting as they continued their training. They didn't even take it seriously. It's understandable that Tang Ru and Steamed Bun Invasion are newbies and don't get it. Tiang Qiai and Yu Zhongmian. The realization dawned on them, and both were secretly shaken. That was Qie Qiangji just now. He's the guild leader of Herb Garden, one of the 3 major guilds, here in the 10th server. In normal times, being personally targeted by the Herb Garden's guild leader would have scared me half to death. But now, following Brother Expert, the 3 great guilds are nothing but a passing cloud. There's no pressure at all.
It's Wang Jiaxi, isn't it?
Yet in his heart, Ye Xiu was already thinking. He hadn't spoken in absolutes, but he was already quite certain that person was Wang Jiaxi. Just as Tang Ru had said, this was a player with far too distinct a style, one whose identity was practically branded on him.
What's this guy trying to do?
Ye Xiu was already turning his attention to the next problem. After the great god Wang Jiaxi left Herb Garden, Qie Qiangji was still lost in savoring the moment. He'd pull out his autograph notebook to admire it, then break into a silly grin, unable to put the precious thing down.
Guild leader. Guild leader.
Just then, a message came in. What's up? The boss wants you on QQ, the guild member said. This boss refers to the guild leader of Herb Garden, the one holding down the fort in the heavenly domain in South Star. What's up, boss? Qie Qiangji went over. How many spare accounts do you have left? About Tanrou-san. Why do you ask? Qie Qiangji replied. This so-called empty account doesn't mean a character with no gear and no money. Here, empty account refers to a character without a clear owner, one that's been raised up either by hiring a leveling service or through the collective effort of a guild. These characters won't join a guild, nor will they use names like Chinese herbs that are so obviously in the style of Herb Garden. They might end up being sent out as spies. They could also be used for shady dealings where the guild's identity needs to stay hidden. Not just Herb Garden, most major guilds cultivate a few characters like this.
Some folks call them spare accounts. Others prefer empty accounts. It's all down to personal preference. Pick 5 Ghostblade Gunner, Battle Mage, Assassin, and Witch.
Can we get a full set of these 5 classes? Alright, let me take a look. What for?
Qie Qiangji didn't fully remember what classes all the characters on hand were, either.
It's for the big shot upstairs. Qie Qiangji was startled. Could it be that even the great Wang Jiaxi just took a loss at Lord Grimm's hands? Are they forming a team for payback? Surely not. Qie Qiangji didn't dwell on it any further. The great god Jiaxi was famous for his unpredictability. Trying to guess his intentions is a bit presumptuous. Rico. The idea that they were teaming up for revenge just because they'd lost the last round was something Qie Qiangji couldn't stomach. He couldn't imagine that a god-tier player like Jiaxi would be so petty. He then asked when Tianxing would need the account card back. Qie Qiangji didn't press the matter further. He said about gathering accounts. Whitey Knight Black Day Ghostblade level 26, Fallen Angel level 27 Sharpshooter Cloud Summit level 26 a Battle Mage, Assassin level 25, Fallen Leaves Cry a level 26 a Witch. On the second day, Qi Chuangzi, following the requested classes, he selected 5 account cards, all characters above level 25, quite high for blank accounts. The person who came to pick up the account cards that day was a young boy, thin, small, and timid looking. Yet, Qi Chuangji didn't doubt this person's identity for a second. When he went to get the account card, he also brought out a branded notebook. This young man has yet to make his official debut in the Glory Pro League. Yet his fame was no less than that of some of the league's top-tier players. For a die-hard fan of Tiny Herb like Qi Chuangji, he knew him well. This young man's name was Zhao Yingjie. He's a talent cultivated within Tiny Herb, said to be the one destined to inherit Wang Jiaxi's of Vacaria. So the character he's currently practicing with is also a witch. Qi Chuangzi had originally thought the class switched witch character was for Captain Wang Jiaxi, but now it seems to be for Zhao Yingjie. But in front of Gao Yingji, Qi Chuangzi didn't show the same kind of awestruck reverence he had for Wang Jiaxi. Zhao Yingji, however, stood there, looking around somewhat awkwardly. Qi Chuangzi handed over 5 account cards to Zhao Yingji, then pulled out another one of his collectible notebooks. Xiaoji, give me an autograph. Ah. Zhao Yingji, already looking like he was about to bolt with the account card, was at a complete loss when Qi Chuangzi made this request. His face flushed crimson. Clearly, Zhao Yingji had little experience with this sort of thing. After taking the pen from Qi Chuangzi, Zhao Yingji still carefully wrote the 3 characters, Zhao Yingji, on the notebook. His hand trembled a little as he signed, causing the final stroke of his name to come out a bit shaky. Thank you. Zhao Yingji hastily handed the pen and notebook back to Qi Chuangzi and ran off. He said, thanks, but in this life, I don't even know if I'm thanking the account card or to thank Caraway for his support. Then, Qi Chuangji logged into the game. He had already friended all 5 characters and even knew exactly where they were parked. Now, he wanted to see what the 5 characters would be used for. But after waiting for what felt like ages, there was still no sign of him. Qi Chuangzi wasn't made of iron. He'd pulled an all-nighter yesterday, and today he'd been waiting for Zhao Yingji to come collect the account card. He hadn't slept at all, but in the end, he went to get some rest first. In Server 10, the top players finally broke through the level 30 barrier last night. New skills and new gear naturally brought another surge in power. And from level 30 onward, there's one more major change. Class-specific sets begin to appear. Class-specific sets typically boost the level or power of certain skills for that class. Furthermore, the set bonuses you get for collecting all the pieces naturally provide another significant boost to your overall power. From level 30 onward, a single weapon is no longer enough to define true power. A character with a full set is a world apart from one without, while low-level gear is ultimately just a stepping stone for the major guilds vying for every record. At the very least, they had to ensure their elite team's DPS remained top tier.